Hello everyone, thank you for joining again. My name is Taylor and today I'm going to show you how to use VirtualBox and how to install Linux on that VirtualBox. So first, what you want to do is navigate to Debian.org so we can download the Debian operating system. I highly recommend using Debian because it's extremely stable and it's easy to use. So instead of clicking on this big download button, let's click on other downloads down below. And here let's click on the live KDE underneath the try Debian live before installing. This is the cool desktop environment. It's the easiest environment to transfer from Windows to Linux. So I've already downloaded this, so I'm going to click cancel, but for you, go ahead and click on save. Once you've downloaded that, navigate to VirtualBox. Once we're here at VirtualBox, let's click on downloads. And then if you're on Windows, click Windows. If you're on Mac, click Mac. And if you're on Linux, you could click on Linux. So once you've downloaded and installed VirtualBox, you'll have to go into your BIOS and make sure that virtualization is enabled inside of your motherboard. All motherboards are different, so you'll need to figure out how to enable that by reading your motherboard manual. After you've downloaded and installed VirtualBox, you should be able to open VirtualBox and you should have a blank canvas without this Windows here. I've installed Windows in a virtual machine. So once we're here, let's click on New, so that way we could install the new Debian based operating system. Let me close this. And here, let's give it a name. I'll name it Debian. And this folder is where the VMs or the virtual machines will be stored, so that's okay if it's on default. Now we select our ISO image. This is our downloaded image that we downloaded earlier, the Debian Live. So let's click on that and open it. It is saying it's installing the 32-bit version, but let's install the 64-bit version. The way we do that is clicking on expert mode here, and let's choose Linux, and then let's change the ISO image to the one of Debian. Here it says 32-bit, but let's change this to 64-bit Debian, and then I'll give it the name Debian. Click on finish, and once you see this, you can go ahead and click start. It's asking where the DVD is, so click on the drop down and click the ISO image and mount and retry the boot. If you want to install the Debian, go ahead and click on Start Installer, or if you want to just try out Debian and see how Linux is, click on Live System AMD. I'm going to click on this one because we can install the operating system through this. Okay, so you see here the Linux operating system Debian has been loaded, and now we can open up files, we could browse the web, we could change settings on the system. But let's say you wanted to install Debian and you used it a while and you want to install it now. So the way we do that is we click on here and let's search for install. And if you see this one here, install Debian, let's click on that. Okay, now that the dialog box is up, let's click next. Choose your location, click next. Choose your keyboard. I usually just leave it as default. And then we want to click on erase disk. This will only erase the disk within the partition of the virtual machine or VirtualBox. So you don't have to worry about this messing up with your actual system. Once you click on erase disk, let's click next. Give it a name. I'll name it Debian. And then we can add a password. And then finally, let's click next. It'll say, are you sure this is the changes that are going to be happening? So verify that everything is good. I know everything is good here, so let's click install. Alright, now that you see this here, all done, go ahead and click on restart now and click on done. Once we do this, the operating system will restart, and then we will have been loaded into Debian. Okay, so it'll ask you to log in. This password was set when we installed the system, so let's go ahead and type the password here. Now we can use Debian, and you could open up a web browser, explore your files. Everything that you can do in Windows, you can do in Linux. I highly recommend that you expand your horizons with opening up beyond Windows or Mac and introducing yourself to Linux, because Linux is a very powerful operating system. Thank you all for watching, and hope to see you next time.